Hey guys, me again. Whoa. There we go. Focus went a little fuzzy. So, sorry about not having a post last night, this morning, whatever. Okay. I had to check the focus. What happened was, I kind of, like you read my text post, if you read it, I kind of hit a creative block. It's this really odd thing. Well, see, I'm an artist, and I'm gonna use this in my rant because people have asked about my different forms of art. So, as a vlogger, I try to keep as coherent and as lucid as possible so I can rant. And having so many topics to rant about, so much damn material, it kind of gets jumbled in my head, I get these great freaking ideas. It's like, hey, you should rant about this, or, But sometimes I just get ranted out. Hey, there's an idea for my next album. But, the reason I took this challenge of vlog per day is, vlogging is what I'm most comfortable doing, therefore, it's the most natural thing for me to take on as a challenge. Makes sense, right? Well, as with any creative endeavor, if you do it too long, too consistently, you kind of start teetering a little bit. And I don't know what happened, but suddenly I just lost my lucidity in that. I lost the ability to be coherent in my rant. So, one thing I did when I took on this challenge was I set all other creative endeavors aside. I'm a photographer, I'm a musician, I'm a spoken word artist, Well, my photography, that's easy enough, I specialize in landscape photography with the concept of digital editing. See, I like the concept of a post-apocalyptic world. And so, with that, I find a landscape, a mountain range, a field. I take a photo, I edit it, I change the pitch of the colors and damage the image a little bit to make it look, dead, to make it look like it's got a red sky, things like that. But the problem with that in Nevada is almost all the mountain ranges and fields look exactly the same. So, that kind of lost something for me. Well, I had to set it aside because it's kind of difficult to drive around just to scout a location, pick a perfect time to take the photo when no one's going to be around and stuff like that, so got to set that aside. Well, one of my other creative endeavors is, like I said, I'm a spoken word artist. I have, probably within the last year and a half, written a notebook and a half, maybe a notebook and 3/4. And they're those the 3 subject composition notebooks. So pretty damn thick. And, I love recording it. In fact, I already have an album out. It's called, I can't remember the title right now. I'll throw the title in the text. But the creative process there is odd, you know, because it's you sit down at your desk, you put your headset on, you adjust your sound levels to make it sound as clear as possible, and you try to minimize as much atmospheric sound as you can. Without a soundproof box, this is impossible to do. There is no way to predict a soundless moment because you got a computer going, the fans make noise. You have, in my case, neighbors who are unpredictable. You have people living in your apartment who are unpredictable. So I kind of had to stop doing that because it took way too much out of me. Plus, going in and editing audio is much different from editing video. Video's easy. You know where to splice what, you know. You know where to put a jump cut. In audio, you don't have those kind of visual cues. You have to go on instinct and a flow of words. Plus you have to cut it just right to make it sound smooth, which has always kind of been a challenge for me, but you know, whatever. Well, that leaves me with my music. My music is easy. That's, you know, the process there is I get an idea in my head, I sit down at my computer with my music software, and I just kind of, you know, I build a beat, I build a bass line, and I go from there. Eventually it ends up with me pulling out my guitar, plugging it into my computer, fiddling with the controls, getting frustrated, finally settling on something, and then playing and recording. Content-wise, I probably have about 2 albums worth, 2 full EPs worth of music. The reason most of it's not published is because I'm kind of insecure, and I'm a fucking perfectionist. You know, if it doesn't sound perfectly right, then it's not going to get heard. It's going to sit, and I'm going to edit it and edit it and edit it and just keep on going until I have a final project, or a final product, I mean. But then, you know, who's to say how the listeners are going to take it? But that takes so much effort, so much energy. Energy that I don't exactly have at the moment. But, you know, it is what it is. But, you know, I got all that, and I set all that aside. What do I have left? Blogging and vlogging. Well, oh yeah, I also have my fictional creativity as well, my writing. I love to write stories. I absolutely love writing stories. I love writing interesting characters in interesting scenarios. But, you know, with anything that you do creatively, if you do it too much for too long, you're gonna hit a wall. And with me, it's like, I go, I get about a chapter and a half, and these are long fucking chapters, and then just shut down. Total creative breakdown. So, that's kind of why, you know, you haven't seen much in the way of fiction out of me lately. And I hadn't published, by the way, but, you know, whatever. I don't think that actually matters. I just threw it out there as a thing of pride. But, you know, like I said, I'm left with blogging and vlogging. I love doing this because I love getting pure ideas and pure thoughts out and sharing them with the world. But then again, that's another creative endeavor. You have to be creative enough to know how to put your words out there. You have to know what's going to be interesting. And that's a problem with me, is I don't know what's going to interest people. That's why, if you know me, you've heard me ask, give me a topic, please. You know, because I want to know what people want to hear. I may not always take it, but I appreciate the fact that, you know, people help out with topic ideas. But there are subjects I can rant for days on. Look at religion, you know. I know so much about religion. Different religions, you know, fascinate me. And as an anti-theist, I have so much to say about religion from a different perspective. So, you know, that I could rant for days on school, I could rant for days on stupid people, but when I start losing clarity in my words, then it kind of falls flat. Then it becomes uninteresting to me, and then it doesn't get seen or read or heard. So that's kind of why I skipped a day. But I figured, if I power through this post per day challenge, and this is going to go to the end of June, you know, if I can power through this, then I can power through any other creative block that stands in my fucking way. I just wish more people were watching, you know. That's my big thing. If you're interested, watch. If you think friends would be interested, tell them to watch. Say, hey, I know of this great vlog. This guy talks about some interesting shit. You know, share the word. Get me out there, please. You know, and I'm not asking for fame. I don't care about fame. I don't want money from this. That's why I'm never going to monetize this channel on YouTube. The only channel I might consider monetizing is S3, but that's to gain a profit off of pure creativity. Of course, then I'd have to jump through copywriting hoops and all that, but you know, is what it is. Because believe me, you don't just post something up on the internet and say, oh, this is my property, and expect people to respect that. So, I'm going to ask again, give me topics, give me ideas, give me what you want to hear. Ask your friends, say, hey, all right, how's this? If there's a guy on the internet, you know, ranting about stuff, what would you like to hear him rant about? You know, what would interest you? But it is what it is. I might end up guest starring on a few channels of friends of mine. There's a couple of friends of mine in Reno who are interviewing fellow YouTubers, so I might go with that, you know. But I don't know. I want to know though what interests you, as my viewers, as my readers. You know, as my friends, tell me what you want to hear. But that's it for me for tonight. I guess, you know, you'll have another video up tomorrow night. It'll probably be a rant on aliens, or it might be a rant on my conclusion to my discrimination rant. Could be any number of things. But yeah, topics, please. Thanks for watching. Peace. Boo.